Good afternoon, and welcome to the Fortean Slip channel. Yeah, this is it. This is the place. This is where all the magic happens. We're in quarantine. Well, not really. My nice new mask, though. You like it? I like this thing. Hey, check it out. You like this little bitch, huh? Like that? Fits pretty good. I like it. It works well. And it isn't hurting me at all. Oh, look at that. I can breathe. Oh my goodness. I can wear it and people can hear me. Oh. I love to hear people bitch. It's my favorite thing lately. Is to hear them bitch and then eliminate them from my life. It's a lot of fun. I don't need this. I'm home. Showing off my new mask. I was showing it off on the like page earlier today. Figured I'd update everybody. It's Thursday. I did just take Una and the puppies to the vet, and all systems are go with her and the puppies. Everything's good. So that's a good thing. I have my stuff all scheduled out on Facebook. I mean, I've been doing like the Facebook updates and stuff on the like page. But overall, I haven't been doing much of anything with Facebook. That's pretty much all I've been doing. I caught myself this morning, but that was easily remedied. I had to block someone. Been a lot of that going on. But the future of the show, as it is, I will still continue the show in some capacity. I don't know that the show on Sunday nights will be. Well, I know that it won't be what it was. Anytime you have a change of personalities, there's going to be a little bit of an adjustment. So I would assume that there's going to be a change anyway there. My take on it is, like I'd said before when I was talking about it, and like I've alluded to, I do not want to deal with offending people anymore. People that are close to me. I don't give a fuck about offending you people. But the people that I work with, the people that I do the show with, I've said that I'm not sure that offending Steve is possible. Katie, I don't know. I don't know people's thresholds, obviously. I don't have one. I'll be right honest with all of you. I don't have one. I think pretty much everything is fair game. I'm not a person who believes in the censorship of funny or censorship in any form, really. So as far as like what the show is, and I've been thinking about this a lot in the past couple of days. I've been reading a lot. Not like reading up on what I should do, like just reading books, like taking some relaxing time for me. And I think the show might become a little on Sundays might become a little more streamlined and to the point. Excuse me. And I might start something different for me. And I was gonna go down like the addiction route, which I still might do. It's still on the table right now. Although I haven't gotten, any takers on that one. But in order to keep the idea of what I wanted the Fortean slip to be, I'm pretty sure I need to go in a different route by myself and just explore that avenue on my own. Be it just go into topics by myself and go off on fucking tangents. I don't know, but I can't live my life in fear of offending the people beside me. I can't. And I think any of you who watch and can see that understand that it's a problem. Like, or how it would be a problem. Like, the minute someone is offended in that way, live on the show, bailing out of that is almost always a disaster. And I just have no desire to do it anymore. I have no desire to try to explain myself to some other motherfucker. Like, this is what I'm doing. You're either here or you're not. And I don't want to have to do that anymore. So it makes more sense to me for me to just tackle something or to do my thing on my own, and figure out a way to do it without having to bounce it off fucking somebody else. Because that's been one of my bigger problems for a while now, is that I didn't really want to do anything on my own because I was too afraid of not having anyone to bounce my shit off of, which was an unfounded fear. I'm finding more and more. But where do therein lies the issue, is where do I go with it? What do I do? What format should that take? What format should the Fortean slip go to? I'm not going to lie, people. I am afraid of offending the two people that are left. I am very tepid and not tepid. I'm very I'm being very cautious going back into doing the show. Because I'm not happy with what happened. And fuck, I don't want it to happen again. Listen, if I have a guest on the show, if I have somebody who's a guest, someone who's unpredictable, someone who I can't fucking control, and not to say that I can control Steve or that I could have controlled Matt or, Katie or whatever, but that's out of my control. I mean, that's beyond this. But when you're doing something with people every week, and there was something going on. There was a miscommunication. I don't know what the fuck that was, but there was something going on. So, and I don't want that to happen again on air. So I don't know what the format of the Fortean slip on Sunday nights will wind up being. And that's the truth. I'll continue it. I don't know that it'll be a 2-hour show anymore. I just don't know. I don't know how much I want to go into that. And doing stuff on my own just seems more appropriate. Whether or not that's the case, we'll find out. Like I said, I will continue doing it, but I just can't. I'd love to, I'd love to continue bouncing off fucking ideas with Steve. I would have liked to have continued bouncing ideas off with Matt, but this is where we're at. So, if I do, and I'm more than likely going to do something on my own beyond the Fortean slip, as not as like an addendum or like an addition to. I don't want it to be like that. It kind of will be, because it's going to be those things that I feel like I can't do there, which is fucking so weird to me at this point. That's the part that I'm struggling with. Like, why the fuck why am I piecemealing my fucking shit that's mine? And granted, I do share the air or share that space with other people, but those people have agreed to come in on my vision, and I'm okay with like giving them some space and giving them some breathing room and shit like that. That's cool. But how much of that do I want to give away? How much of my vision do I want to give away? And that's and right now, like, I'm piecemealing it. Like, here's this that I do over here, and here's this that I do over there, and here's this over here. And I mean, granted, if I'd have set it up that way in the beginning, like, hey, I'm going to do this show for this thing, and I'm going to do this show for this thing, and I'm going to do this show for this thing. But that's not the fucking way I set it up. I set the Fortean slip up as an omniscient thing, as a broad spectrum of topics that would allow for whatever the fuck I wanted. So when I sit there and I have to go, all right, well, now I have to put this over here because of this person. And now I got to put this over here because I can't do that on the show because that doesn't fit with this. And this will irritate this person. Then there's a problem. And here's the thing too, and I think Steve will agree with me on this if I bring this up. If he doesn't, I'm okay with that too. But Steve, I don't think, can be offended. However, there have been times when I've had topics on the show that Steve will literally tap the fuck out of the minute I start talking about it. He won't even give me a fucking inch. He just won't even go with the topic. It happens. I'm not saying it happens a lot. I'm not saying that he does it all the time to be a dink. I'm saying that it happens. And those are the types of things that you have to deal with when you're doing this on a weekly basis with the same people all the fucking time. And I thought I knew where the fucking dice were rolling. I thought I knew that Sunday. And I thought I've known before. But sometimes you fucking, you roll up into onto the battlefield and that fucking plan goes to shit. And that's pretty much what happened. Most Sundays, I turn on the fucking microphone. I start the show. Everything goes pretty much as planned. Generally. But it's hard when you have people that there's a distinct possibility that you can offend them. So that's why I'm where I'm at with that. How much excuse me. How much of that do I want to deal with? How much of that am I willing to bear? every week? That's the question that I've been asking myself over and over again. How much? How much? How much? And not a lot. I don't. I shouldn't have to apologize for that shit. It's mine. It's mine. You But yeah, the show will continue. Like I said, as far as to what extent it will be on Sunday nights, figure it out. Steve and Katie and I will talk it out this Sunday. Like I said, I don't know if I'll do the Doris Bither stuff this Sunday. I still have the write up from the Sunday that we didn't do it. So, I just don't know how and where that show will go. I'll continue it. Slip into the night will continue. And something else. Under the Fortean slip umbrella, we'll call it. As with anything, people, I would love to tell you that things are going to be okay and everything was going to work out and that it was just a fucking bump in the road. It wasn't. It really wasn't. And I don't say that, and I'm not trying to over dramatize it. I'm not trying to make it something it wasn't. When I say to you that when this went down and I sat there and really had to look at what I wanted out of this, it wasn't easy. I was under the impression that this is what I was going to do. Like, and these are the guys that I was going to do it with. And this is where we were going to go. And this was the plan. And okay, so it didn't work out that way. So I guess what I learned was that I got to do it. I got to do it for me. And it's got to be me. Because if it isn't, then what's it fucking for? I mean, I do this. I mean, yes, I do this for the people that like listening to it. Yeah, that's true. I do. But I do it for me. I mean, this is something that I do, that I enjoy doing. It gives me an outlet. I can talk about my shit. I can talk about fucking Bigfoot shit or UFO shit or ghost shit or if I want to talk about drug addiction, I can talk about that. If I want to talk about the legalization of drugs, I can talk about that. If I want to talk about time travel, I can talk about that. If I want to talk about conspiracy theories, it's all on the table. Like, that's the way I wanted this. I wanted it to be a fun show where we could talk about weird, crazy shit and weird, crazy shit. Because the weird, crazy shit is no fucking crazier because most of it doesn't. It's fucking bullshit. Let's fucking face facts, folks. I love this stuff. But fucking 90-something% of it's horseshit. But so's this fucking crap that we deal with in life. It's horseshit. It's crap. I deal with my little shit in my life, which makes me all upset. But here's the fucking brass tacks. There are people living in fucking far more desperate situations. And if I took a fucking second to put things in perspective, I could stop wallowing in my own fucking self-pity about bullshit. But most of us can't because we're in it. We can't take time to go and look at someone else's shitty fucking life to make ourselves go, oh, my stuff isn't that fucking bad. We can't, half the time, we can't see the fucking forest for the trees. That's who we are as people. That's just the way it is. I'd love to give you a definitive direction. I don't have one right now. My brain's been going so many different places, dealing with all the bullshit I got going on with the fucking dog, with my fucking family life, with just shit being brought up. And then this. And then this. You know? I love having the outlet of the Fortean slip. I would love it if the Sunday night show could remain something fun. It's going to be hard for me. I hope people can understand that. Like, I can jump back in the fucking saddle and be fucking stupid, but, you know, what's that fucking joke there that he tells in Watchmen? You know, the fucking guy goes to the fucking psychologist. He says, my life's fucking over. It's depressing. It's fucking horrible. There's no end in fucking sight. And the fucking doctor says, hey, great. You know, fucking easy fix. Go see fucking the clown Pagliacci's in town. Fucking cheer you right up. And the fucking guy says, but I am Pagliacci. Man, I can put on the fucking face and do the bullshit. But I can tell you, without question, that on Sunday nights, I will miss my friend. It did not end well. And I'm sorry for that. On my end. But I've apologized once. So. And yeah, I'm going to fucking laugh about it now. Because that's what I do. So. I laugh at dark fucking shit. I'm very hopeful that like it will get to some form of back to the same rhythm in a way. But I can't promise that. I can't promise that there won't be some type of underlying tension on the show. I can't. I don't know. And I also can't promise that that there won't be an issue where someone winds up offended again and I have to fucking deal with that. And know that I'm not fucking keen on dealing with that shit. Period. It's not what I want. You know? So I'd like for the show to have some semblance of what it was. Before before this all happened. I'd like for it to go somewhat back to that. I can't promise it. And it's not going to be an easy transition. I'm not going to get right back on the mic on Sunday and be like, ah! I mean, I might, but believe me, I can tell you for a fact, and I'm just doing this to be honest, it's not, it's show. It's fucking show. I wish it wasn't, but it is. or it will be. So it'll be an interesting time, and I apologize to the people. I mean, listen, this is, I don't know how many times we've done this shit with the show and with things and with people, and um it I mean, it hasn't been a shit ton, like, but there's been a lot of stuff that's happened over the years, and the things that have happened um with Matt have been ongoing. I mean, let's call it what it is. Like, it's been going on for a while. Um, but I enjoyed him on the show, and like I said, I made concessions that I shouldn't have made. So in the future, I intend to not do that. And that's probably going to mean me doing a lot more on my own. I will say that I got some exciting stuff that I had lined up. Unbeknownst to what was coming. But yeah, I'm in talks with some people about a couple of guests on the show. And again, don't know if I'll do that. Do like the guests as guests on the Fortean Slip, or if I'll do one-on-one interviews. Which I think might be a better direction for those types of things. It gets a little bit complicated when you get a lot of people. The back and forth becomes a talking over situation. So I don't know which direction I'm going to want to go with it. I know that there's going to be some form of a split. From what that is and what I do. You know, I would have liked it if I wouldn't have had to have done Slip Into the Night. Ultimately, I guess I kind of like what it is now. It gives me a nice little place where I'm still uncensored and I'm still a little brash, but it's more it's more of a personal show. I tend to go more a little more deep. But it's too bad that I had to do that separate. But I'll still do that as it is with Holly. I enjoy doing it with Holly. She has a good opposite side to me when it comes to stuff like that. Although she is offendable. And that can be problematic. Although I don't tend to go down a lot of insanely offendable roads with her on that show, it can happen. We have differing opinions on those things, on those subjects, in a lot of cases. And no, Frank, I can't please everyone, but I think that you can find a modicum of agreement when you're on air together. And I think some people do that well. I think any show, if you listen to any show over a period of time, people get on each other's nerves, especially people who do a show in person. I've talked about it before, Opie and Anthony. I mean, those two fucking hated each other in studio for years. We find out later on, years later when they split up. But they stayed together for the money. There was no money here, by the way. This is just for fun. I mean, I make a few bucks here and there off this fucking thing, but this ain't a fucking cash cow, people. But I'll do something. I'm gonna figure out something that is mine, that is more my own. And I'm doing more of that stuff on my own anyway, which is fun. Stuff that I wanted to do and stuff that I enjoyed doing. So that stuff's already kind of been in the works. But as far as this goes, I was always hoping that the Fortean slip could be what it was, and could remain that. I thought that we were three different of enough guys that got along that could manage to have a good flow about whatever we talked about, and I always felt that way, that we did. And for the record, I offered it to him, and I'll state it again for the record. Matt is welcome to send in audio if he'd like to explain his side of this. I do not want this to be completely one-sided. I'd be more than happy to fucking play it. I know I'm not going to agree with it, no matter what it is. Basically, I know that based on the argument that I've had with him. But I'll play it. I don't agree with fucking Farrakhan, but I mean, he can fucking say whatever the fuck he wants to. And I'd give him the platform to state his case. I'm going to talk about it with Steve and Katie on Sunday. I'll bring it up briefly at the very beginning of the show. The opportunity will be made to clear the air. That's what I'm going to do. As far as like my stuff, I told both of them that I was going to air my grievances without the two of them, that I was going to talk about this without the two of them, that they didn't deserve it. They didn't deserve to sit there and deal with me going on air with them to talk about all this bullshit. I do think that it is something that needs to be discussed to a certain degree, but I'm not going to hold, flame to the fucking feet on the two of them on this one. I'll tell you that. I am not trying to get either one of them to be on my side, by the way. That was never my intention. To a lot of degrees, it's just a too bad thing. So that's what it is. The too bad thing is that because of it, I don't feel like I can do the things that I did before the way that I did them. And hopefully I'm able to figure out a way to still have these outlets and not fuck it up. I mean, well, I've already fucked it up. I mean, this way, that way, up, down. I'll continue to fuck it up. If this was a prostitute, I'd have paid it to fuck it. God almighty. As fucking shitty as this is, I've just let it fucking. God, it's been bad. But I want to figure out where I need to go from here, and that's why I took. I was gonna take some time for me, but regardless, I took some time for me so that I could kick back, and I'm gonna continue to just kind of relax for the next few days. I'm still doing I didn't shut off like my eBay store or anything like that because I didn't go away. I'm gonna do that later in the summer. I think I am still gonna go away. But yeah, I'm gonna just take some time and figure shit out, and hopefully I'll have a better idea of the direction come Sunday. I can tell you right now, I'm not. I mean, I know. All I know right now is that I need to have an outlet that allows me the room. I can't be confined. Here's your space. It's tiny. I can't have that. My creative space can't be a fucking tiny box. It needs to be a huge open space. So we'll see where we go from here. I'm not making any insane promises. Like I said, I'd like for everything to continue. I don't know what the face or what that will look like. I'd like to give you guys a nice vision of that, but I can't. So as soon as I can, I'll let you know. That's where what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at something that is separated from the Fortean slip on Sunday nights. But that still is in the same vein, I guess. But gives me some room. So we'll see where I can hash shit out from here. You know, to the loyal fans that are out there, I mean, obviously I appreciate you. And I'll get you some type of an answer. Or we'll have some type of a course here soon. I just don't know right now. I'm very just like a fucking ship at sea. I'm like fucking L. Ron Hubbard right now. Fuck dodging taxes in the ocean. just fucking no port for Chris. Fuck this shit. But yeah. So we'll figure something out. I'll give you guys a better idea where shit's going, but that's where my head's at right now. And I know that seems kind of confusing and it seems kind of jumbled. But I didn't want you guys to have to wait until Sunday. You know, I will get together with Katie and Steve and we will do a show on Sunday and we'll go from there. So, until then, see ya.